And go ahead and find your tall, comfortable seat. Let your hands rest onto the legs. Finding the breath down into the navel. Breathing in through the nose, expanding into rib cage, into the belly. And exhale back up and out through the nose. Inhale down into the navel. Exhale back up and out through the nose. Noticing how quick or what texture the breath has right now. If it's a little jagged or if it's already pretty smooth. If you feel like we can't inhale fully or can't exhale fully. Simply making a note without judging how the body or breath are doing right now. And if you'd like, you're welcome to set an intention for your practice. And bow your head to your chest to seal it in. Blinking the eyes open, take the head up. As you exhale, tip the chin up toward the ceiling, stretching through the front of the neck. As you inhale, take the chin down toward the chest. Exhale, head up toward the ceiling. Inhale, chin to chest. Exhale, head up. Inhale, back to chest. Take the head up to neutral, and as you exhale, turn your head to the left. Inhale back to the middle. Turn your head to the right. Back to middle. Turn left. Back to middle. And turn right. Back to the center, and now we'll tip the head. Tip left ear over left shoulder. Inhale, head back up. Right ear over right shoulder. Head up. Left ear over left shoulder. Back up. Right ear over right shoulder. Back up. Keeping the head up, this time, take the hands to the tops of the shoulders. As you inhale, bring the elbows toward one another and up, and bring the elbows wide and back down around the rib cage. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, wide and down. A couple more, about 3 more on your own. And let the shoulders relax. Take the hands down on either side of the hips. As you inhale, raise the arms up overhead. As you exhale, take the arms all the way wide, hands back down around the hips. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, wide back around the hips. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, reach wide. Left hand stays. Inhale, take the right arm up. Slide the left hand away. Exhale, reach up and over, long through the right side. Inhale, lift. And switch left arm, exhale, up and over. Inhale, raise. Right arm reaches. Exhale. Inhale, up. Left arm, exhale, reach. Both arms back up overhead, interlace the fingers, turn the palms up toward the ceiling. Take the hands in front of the heart. Exhale, rounding the spine. Hug the navel back. Inhale, lift back up. And take the arms all the way wide. Interlace hands behind the back. Open the chest and the shoulders. And fold forwards over crossed shins. Inhale to sit up. Raise the arms up overhead. Exhale, arms all the way wide. From here, go ahead and shift forwards onto hands and knees, coming into tabletop. And instead of cat-cow, we're going to go side to side. So trying to keep the navel in the same plane that it's in already. We're not back bending. We're not rounding. We're strongly into the middle. Exhale, take right shoulder toward right hip. So we're shortening right side, lengthening left side of the torso. Inhale back to center. And switch. Left side shortens, right side lengthens. Inhale to middle. Exhale, shorten right side. Back through the middle. And shorten left side. Back to the middle. One more each side. Right. Center. And left. Back to center. On your inhale, lift the chest. Cow pose, shoulder blades back. Cat pose, exhale round, hug the navel under. Inhale back to cow pose, lift the chest. And child's pose, hips back toward heels. Inhale forwards to cow. Cat pose, exhale round. Back to cow. And child's pose back. Landing here, walk the hands over to the right, so intensifying what we took previously in tabletop. Breathing into left side, left shoulder. And walk the hands over to the left, curve long through whole right side. The hands back to the center. Inhale forwards to cow pose. Lift the chest. Cat pose. Exhale round once again. Back to cow. Tuck the toes. Move back to down dog. Pedaling the feet or maintain stillness through the legs. On your inhale, extend the right leg back to three-legged dog. Lift through the heels so the toes stay pointing toward the floor. Exhale, release back to down dog. Left leg, inhale, extend back. Exhale, lower. Knees to floor, cow pose once more. Cat pose, exhale. Light, of course, we have to take one more cow, lift the chest. And child's pose back. Rest here 3 breaths. On your inhale, lift back through tabletop, and we'll tuck the toes to move back to down dog. Walking the feet forwards, come into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to a half lift, shoulders back, heart forwards. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to raise all the way up, hands up overhead. And hands to heart center. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift. Fold, plant the hands right leg back, runner's lunge. Keep the right hand to the floor. Inhale, left arm up, twisting, breathing here. Release the left hand back to the ground. Inhale, left leg back to three-legged dog. Down dog, release to the floor. Inhale, plank or kneeling plank. Exhale, lower all the way down, landing low cobra. Take the chest forward, shoulder blades back, breathing here. And exhale, release back to down dog. After your exhale, walk, step, or hop forwards. Come back to a half lift at the top. Exhale, fold. Raise all the way up, hands overhead. Hands to heart center. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, fold. Half lift. Fold, plant the hands, left leg back, runner's lunge. Left hand stays. Inhale to take the right arm up. Stay to breathe here, lifting through right hand. And release the right hand back to the floor. Inhale back to plank or kneeling plank. Exhale, lower all the way down, landing low cobra once again. Hover the chest, shoulders back, still breathing. And exhale, release back to down dog. After exhale, walk, step, or hop forwards. Half lift back at the top. Forward fold. Raise all the way up, hands overhead. Hands to heart center. Same thing again, but we'll step back and step forwards. And we're going to lift the arm and lower the arm in one half and second half of the breath. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift. Fold, plant the hands, right leg back, runner's lunge. Left arm, inhale up, twist. Release back to runner's lunge. Left leg back, three-legged dog. Down dog, release. Plank or kneeling plank, low cobra again, or if you'd like, lower into your preferred back bend, maybe up dog. Exhale, back to down dog. Now on your inhale, take the right leg back to three-legged dog. Exhale, step forwards. We may need to help it forwards. Inhale, right arm up, revolved runner's lunge. Exhale, release the right hand to the floor. Inhale, step up, half lift to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Raise all the way up, hands overhead. Hands to heart center. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, fold. Half lift. Fold, plant the hands, left leg back, runner's lunge. Right arm, inhale up to the ceiling to twist. Exhale, release right hand. Right leg back, three-legged dog. Down dog. Plank or kneeling plank. Exhale, vinyasa of your choice. Your back bend. And back to down dog. On your inhale, left leg back to three-legged dog. Exhale, step forwards, runner's lunge. Right hand stays. Inhale, lift the left arm up, twisting. Release the left hand back to the floor. Right foot steps forwards, half lift at the top. Forward fold. Raise up, hands overhead. Hands to heart center, stay to breathe. Dip the weight forwards into the ball of the foot and the toes, and then back into the heels. And feeling the weight land firmly between all corners of the feet. Inhale to take the arms up overhead, interlace last three fingers, pointers up. Point up and over to the left, stay to breathe. Every exhale, rib cage and navel draw back. Inhale, point up, and exhale, point up and over to the right. Curve long through the left side of the body. Inhale, point back up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift. Fold, plant the hands, right leg back, kneeling lunge. Similar series to before. Inhale, lift the chest away from the left leg, arms up. Stay to breathe here. Chest stays forwards. As you exhale, fold, hands down around the left foot. Right knee off. Inhale, left leg back to three-legged dog. Down dog, release. Plank or kneeling plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. We'll take the hands back around the hips, coming into locust pose. Strength through whole back body, hovering up to breathe. Exhale, release, hands around rib cage, move back to down dog. After exhale, walk, step, or hop forwards, half lift at the top. Exhale, fold. Raise up, hands overhead. Hands to heart center. Other side, inhale, arms raised. Forward fold. Half lift. Fold, plant the hands, left leg back, kneeling lunge. Inhale, lift the torso, lift the arms, stay to breathe. Exhale, release hands around right foot. Straighten the left knee off the floor. Inhale, right leg back to three-legged dog. And down dog, release. Plank or kneeling plank. Lower all the way down, landing again for locust. Hands back around hips. Hover up to breathe. And exhale, release hands around rib cage. Move back to down dog. After exhale, walk, step, or hop forwards, half lift. Forward fold. Raise up, hands overhead. Hands to heart center. We'll do a similar sequence, taking a kneeling lunge this time. Hi, Pappy. All right, inhale, raise up. Forward fold. Pardon, kneeling lunge and a twist. Inhale, half lift. Fold, plant the hands, right leg back, kneeling lunge. One breath per movement. Inhale, lift up, and we'll add a twist here. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm behind. Inhale, raise back up. Hands land down around left foot. Straighten right knee off the floor. Inhale, left leg back, three legs. Down dog. This time we'll inhale to plank or kneeling plank to hold our plank. Your choice of variation. Next exhale, hips up, back to down dog. On your inhale, take right leg back to three-legged dog. Exhale, step forwards. Give it a little help if you need to. Kneeling lunge. Same as the other side. Inhale, raise up, torso lifts away from the right leg. Twist, left arm forward, right arm behind. Inhale, lift up. Fold, hands around right foot. Straighten the left knee off. Inhale, come up to a half lift at the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Raise up, hands overhead. Hands to heart. Same again. Inhale, lift the arms. Forward fold. Half lift. Fold, plant the hands, left leg back, kneeling lunge. We'll take goalposts this time. Inhale, lift the torso, lift the arms. Elbows wide, exhale, open the chest, leaning back into left hip. Inhale, raise the arms. Fold, hands around right foot. Straighten the left knee off. Inhale, right leg back to 3 legs. Down dog, release. Back to plank or kneeling to breathe. And hips up, back to down dog. On your inhale, take left leg back to 3-legged dog. Exhale, step forwards, kneeling lunge, right knee lands. Inhale, lift up. Goalpost, back bend, elbows wide. Exhale, open the chest. Inhale, lift. Fold, hands around left foot. Straighten right knee off the floor. Inhale, come into a half lift. Forward fold. Raise all the way up, hands overhead. And we will rest, hands to heart center, breathing here. Again, shift the weight toward the toes. Weight toward the heels, feel the navel drop back. Even think of pulling up the knees, strengthening the quads a little bit as we stand. What muscles engage as you tip yourself forwards to prevent yourself from falling over? How about backwards? What starts working? Can we support the legs through all sides once we land in the middle? Please take your hands down to your hips and step back with the right leg coming into a wide leg stance. Interlace hands behind the back or grab a strap or towel between the hands if you'd like a little more room. Inhale, lift the chest, hands press away from the tailbone. Exhale, fold forwards. As you find your full fold, notice where your weight is. Is it in the heels? Could it be more toward the ball of the foot and the toes? On your inhale, come into a wide leg half lift. Return the hands to the floor. Like a revolved lunge, we'll stay here for our twist, planting right hand to the floor or onto a block or some sort of support. Left hand to left hip or roll the left arm all the way up to the ceiling, turning the chest and the shoulders toward the front of your mat. And release the left hand to the floor. Take right hand to right hip or all the way up. Spin the chest toward the back of the mat. And release the right hand to the floor. Walk the hands back below the face, maybe back between the legs. Again, where's the weight tipping? Is it in the heels? Could it be more in the toes? Let those muscles activate to prevent yourself from tipping forwards. And inhale back up to a wide leg half lift. Keep the spine strong here. Legs are on their own. Take the hands to the front of the hips and stand all the way up. Rotate the right knee and the right toes toward the back of your mat. Shrug the left heel back. So the back foot might be at about 45 degrees. Heels could line up, or the stance could be even a little bit wider from left to right. Arms up for triangle. Exhale, reach forwards, taking the right hand down to the shin, the ankle, or the floor, navel back, ribs still in as left arm lifts up. And bend back into the right knee. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm lifts up as left hand finds the back of the left leg. Navel strong, stack the spine back to a warrior 2. Stay to breathe here. And from here, interlace hands behind the back, or again, grab that towel or strap for more space. Open the chest and the shoulders and fold on or inside right knee. Warrior two, legs still, but folding into humble warrior. Notice if your hips really want to swing off to the right side. Try to keep left hip, left quad moving off to the left side of your mat. Leg strong if you need to. Hands onto the top of the right knee to help. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm up, left hand to left leg. Stack the spine, warrior two again. Return the hands to the hips and switch. Toes in front of the heels, and we'll adjust to the front of the mat. Right foot can step a little wider. Back foot at that angle again. Inhaling, arms up for triangle. Reach forwards. Hand down to the shin, ankle, or floor. Right arm lifted. And bend back into the left knee, please. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm up. Stack the spine, warrior two to breathe. And interlace the hands behind the back, or grab our strap or towel again. Open the chest. And again, we're not folding toward the long edge of the mat. We're more folding toward the front right corner of the mat. Coming into humble warrior with warrior two, legs. If the hips feel like they're shifting left, think of bringing them toward the right edge of the mat. Inhale, reverse warrior. Again, if you'd like to, left hand to left thigh to help yourself lift up. And then we can add the arms. Stack the spine, warrior two to breathe again. Return the hands to the hips. Take the toes back in front of the heels, facing the long edge of the mat, and we'll step forwards back to the top. Tree pose here. Take the hands to heart center, please. Shift your weight into the left leg. Press the left foot down to stand taller. Bring your right heel inside left ankle, coming toward our tree. And if you'd like, bring the foot up inside left calf, or maybe higher up inside left thigh. And on your inhale, float the right knee forwards if we can. Little lift out and set down. Switching, take your weight into right foot, right leg. Turn the left heel inside right ankle. Again, think of really standing into the right leg. I don't know about you, but on my right leg, my hip kind of moves off to the side. It's not a very stable stance. See if we can even the pelvis and lift tall. Left foot can move up inside left calf or above the knee, and we can use the hand to help it there, but decide if we need it there, if we want it there. We don't have to take the bigger expression of the pose. Take whichever one suits your intention and your body the best right now. And on your inhale, a little lift out and release the left foot to the floor. Weight even between both feet. Again, we'll take crescent lunge or high lunge. Inhale to take the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands. Step your right leg back to crescent. Inhale, stand all the way up. Stay to breathe. We're working with similar series, holding at first, breathing, and then once we are familiar with that movement, taking it one breath per movement. Exhale, fold, hands down around the left foot. Inhale, left leg back to three-legged dog. Down dog, release to the floor. This time, inhale to a plank or kneeling, and we'll come into side plank. Roll the heels to the left and lift the right arm up, or if you'd prefer, we can set the left knee down, or we can step the right foot forwards and really press the right foot into the ground to help keep the hips lifted. Exhale, release right hand, and come straight back to down dog. No vinyasa for this round. Walk, step, or hop forwards, half lift back at the top. Forward fold. Raise all the way up, hands overhead. Hands to heart center. Inhale, arms raise. Forward fold. Half lift. Fold, plant the hands, left leg back, crescent lunge again. Inhale, stand all the way up, stay to breathe. And exhale, lower, hands down around the right foot. Inhale, right leg back, 3 legs. Down dog, release. Now, inhale, plank or kneeling, shift to side plank with the right hand as our base, the left arm lifting up toward the ceiling. And release back to plank or kneeling, and we'll move back to down dog. If you really wanted to take a vinyasa, you can. Walk, step, or hop forwards, half lift the top. Forward fold. Raise up, hands overhead. Hands to heart. Last series here, and then we will take it to the floor. Inhale, raise the arms. Forward fold, plant the hands, right leg back, crescent lunge. Inhale, stand up. We'll add a twist, right arm forward, left arm behind. Inhale, heart forwards, lift up. Hands land around left foot. Inhale, left leg back, 3 legs. Down dog, release. Inhale, plank or kneeling. Shift the heels to the left. Inhale, raise the right arm, side plank, or your variation. Exhale, back to plank and down dog. Walk, step, or hop forwards, half lift at the top. Exhale, fold. Raise up, hands overhead. Hands to heart, last standing bit. Inhale, raise the arms, forward fold, plant the hands, step the left leg back, crescent. Inhale to stand up. Exhale, twist, left arm forward, right arm behind. Inhale, back up. Fold, hands land around right foot. Right leg back, 3-legged dog. Down dog, release. Inhale, plank variation to side plank variation. Next inhale, lift the left arm up to breathe. Exhale, plank to down dog. Inhale, plank or kneeling plank, lower all the way down, landing for shoulder roll. Take the right arm out to the side, straight out or goal post. Roll onto right hip, right side body. Left limbs can reach back or choose to stay to the floor. And roll back onto the chest, switch sides, left arm out, straight or goal post. Roll onto left side, right limbs can reach back or stay. And roll back onto the chest. Walk elbows and forearms forwards, coming into Sphinx pose. Or if you'd prefer, we can come into High Cobra, lifting up onto the hands, or staying down onto elbows and forearms. And release the chest back to the floor, hands around rib cage, and come into hands and knees and move into a wide leg child's pose. Knees move wider than the rib cage. Let the torso land on or between the legs. Forehead could land, or if it does not land comfortably, we could cross the forearms or stack the hands and rest forehead onto either. And lift back up. Come on to hands and knees. We'll sit the hips off to one side and come into a tall seat. Go ahead and cross the legs for now. We will take a wide leg seat in a moment. We're going to work through the wrists a little bit because that was kind of a lot for the wrists. Taking the palms out in front of you as you exhale, point the fingertips down to the floor. Inhale, flex the fingertips back up or extend. Exhale, point toward the floor. Inhale, palms up. Exhale to the floor. One more time, back up. And please make a gentle fist. Do not clench, but loosely hold the hands into a circle. And begin to rotate the wrists. If the arms or the shoulders aren't comfortable out in front, go ahead and let them relax a little bit. And rotate the opposite direction. And relax the wrists. Twisting, take the left hand to the right knee, right hand plants behind right hip. Use that arm, that hand to help lift a little taller as you open right shoulder back. And release, twist to the other side. Take right hand to left knee, left hand behind left hip to sit up, twist open. And release back to the front. Take a wide leg seat, bring the feet out to the side, hands behind the hips sitting tall through both shoulders, both sides of the spine. Begin to hinge at the hips to fold forwards. We could walk the hands forward if you'd like. This may make the spine round a little bit, which is okay. Just make sure that we start at the hip joints and try to keep a little bit of lift in the chest. And please sit back up, lean back onto both hands as we slide the heels back toward the hips, keeping the feet a little wider than the hips. Release the knees to the left. Stay for a moment here. Notice that the right knee may not land, and that is okay. Maybe left leg doesn't either. They do not have to, as long as we feel something through the hips that is more than just pain or discomfort. Point the knees up. And release the knees to the right, switching sides. This side could be extremely different, or it could feel fairly similar. And point the knees up. Release the knees to the left, staying to breathe again. And point the knees up and the knees to the right. And point the knees up. Take the soles of the feet together. Come into a diamond pose. Hands behind the hips to lift up. And again, hinging at the hip joints to fold forwards over the feet. You may notice after releasing the knees to the right, the legs aren't actually symmetrical with the hips. And they don't particularly have to be. But notice if that last effect, that last pose, is bringing us into a shape that might not be the most conducive. And sitting up, go ahead and take the knees toward one another and shift onto your back in the direction you'd like to be facing for Shavasana. We'll go ahead and stay in our seat, pardon me. We'll come through a boat pose. I know you're really excited. I remembered to do that one, huh? Tuck the hands behind the knees, lift the chest, and begin to straighten the elbow so that the whole spine starts to lean back. We might not be tipping yet, and that's okay. Go ahead and walk the feet back a little bit until we find that tip point. And then start to bring the shins up. See if we can correct all of our little wobbles. We can float the hands or keep holding on to the knees. And slowly curl your way, resist even, all the way down onto the floor. Once the spine lands, shoulders, hug the knees to the chest. And taking the arms out to the sides, recline twist if you need to. Shift where the pelvis lands. Shift where the left hip ends up. Release the knees to the left. Left arm can anchor the legs. And turn the head to the right. Breathing into right chest. Right side body. Down into the right hip. And press the left arm into the ground. Take the knees back up. And release the knees to the right. And again, if you need to shift where the pelvis lands or where the right hip is, please do so. Right arm can help anchor the legs as the head turns to the left. And press the right arm into the ground. Take the knees back up. Shift the hips, shift the pelvis back to the center if it's off to one side, and please hug both knees back into the chest. Gently, but enough to create a sensation, maybe a little tip in the pelvis or the spine. Hook the hands onto the front of the knees. Now, thinking back to our boat pose when we brought the knees away, or in that case, brought the chest away just enough so that the arms are completely straight. Now from here, continue to press the knees away at the same time as you try to bring the hands in. So we're creating resistance, creating a little opposition. Maybe the tailbone curls off the floor. And relax and switch. Hands press into the tops of the legs. Hands press away as the knees are trying to make it to the chest. Again, opposition here. We might feel this in the abdomen. Again, maybe a spot in the spine starts to shift. There's less pressure or more pressure. And relax. Hug the knees back to the chest. Keep the left knee in. Inhale, extend the right leg out. Flex the foot away. Exhale, bring the right knee back into the chest. Both knees in. Left leg, inhale, extend out, foot away. Exhale, back in. Right leg, inhale, extend out to stay out. Let it land. We'll use the right hand to guide the left knee across the body. Slightly different variation of our recline twist. And the right leg, the left leg does not have to make it to the floor. Maybe it lands onto a block. Maybe we keep a little bit of strength in left hip still and we just take it over halfway. And bring the left knee back up and into the chest. And next exhale, right knee, both knees into the chest. Switch sides, inhale, left leg out, let it land, foot flexed away. And left hand guides right knee across the body. Right arm can open back. And again, we don't have to roll all the way. We can just bring that stretch, that slight twist through the lower spine, into the hips more than into the shoulders. And bring right knee back to the chest and left knee in with it, please. And plant the soles of the feet to the floor. Take the arms out to the sides, walk the feet toward mat width. Exhale, release the knees to the right, both knees, like our windshield wiper legs from seated earlier. Stay to breathe here, though. And each twist provides a slightly different sensation, different mobility, different length, whatever you would like to call it. And please point the knees back up and release the knees to the left. Stay to breathe here. And point the knees back up. Walk the feet back toward one another. Hug the knees to the chest. Add on any additional shapes or poses you would like to feel comfortable and complete in your practice. Anything asymmetrical first, if you'd like to take figure 4. If you'd like to take another or a different set of twists, take those first. And then round it out with 1 or 2 symmetrical shapes. Happy baby, knees to chest again, bug pose. Or maybe you're already complete and ready for Shavasana. And if that is the case, go ahead and extend the legs down the length of the mat. Or if the hamstrings, the lower spine are not comfortable with the legs straight, we can take a collapsed bridge pose variation, feet a little wider than the hips, with the inside seam of the legs and the knees knocking in. And take care that the back of the body is as comfortable as it can be. If the shoulders are spread out or rounded forwards, we might start to regret that a little later on. So do adjust the shoulder blades, just where the hips are. If there's any tilt in the pelvis, maybe it's desirable, maybe it's not. If the distance of the feet need to change. And see if we can find a shape where the backs of the hands rest to the floor so that palms are up. Fingertips are up and not touching anything. And take your awareness to the very center of the right palm. Feel as though the breath moves in and out of the center of the right palm. And be aware of the center of the left palm. Feel as though the breath moves in and out of the center of the left palm. Now, please take awareness to both palms, feeling the breath move in and out of both palms. Now, please take your awareness to just the right palm again, picturing a rainbow-shaped arc between both hands. The highest point of this arc is above heart center. As you inhale, feel the breath come from the right palm and arc up this rainbow shape until it hovers 4 feet or so above heart center. And as you exhale, draw the rest of this arc down into the left palm, as though we're gently gliding the breath from one palm to the next. Inhale from left palm up above heart center. Exhale down into right palm, half of the arc. Inhale from right hand up above heart. And exhale down into left palm, picturing the shape if we were tossing a ball between both hands. This is the arc the breath would follow. Inhaling up one side above the heart. Exhale down the other side into opposite palm. Allow the breath to be fairly slow, smooth, and seamless, as though we don't have 2 halves of the breath, but one smooth arc of continuous breathing. Now, please bring your awareness back to heart center. Resting with this single point of awareness, however resonates most with you. Return to the intention you had set at the beginning of your practice. Feeling it through whole body, whole mind. And again, without judgment, notice the texture, the speed, the length of the breath. Considering points in our practice where the breath may have been affected. In tree pose. In side plank, when we were presented with a physical or mental challenge. And as you rest, observe the relaxed state of the breath. Maybe we forgot we were breathing. We didn't feel the need to control it or shape it at all. Begin to slowly move the fingers. Move the toes. Bend the ankles and the wrists. Let the head rock from side to side. Bend the elbows. And walk the feet back to hug the knees into the chest, giving the legs a gentle squeeze. Be aware of anything on either side of you. Roll to one side for a couple breaths. Bottom arm can make a pillow underneath the head. And press the hands into the ground, coming up to a tall seat. Crossing the legs, sitting tall. Resting the hands onto the tops of the knees. And we'll rest the backs of the hands onto the tops of the knees. So the palms are facing up again. Again, tracing this arc shape of breath as you inhale, moving from the center of one palm up just above the front of the head, or it may be in front of the body a little bit. As you exhale, take the breath down into the opposite palm. Inhale, drawing this arc shape from left palm up to a space taller than the crown of the head. And exhale down into the right palm. Inhaling up half of this arc, exhaling down the other side. Again, slow, smooth, effortless breath. Though we are taking two halves of the breath, let it seem like a continuous motion back and forth. And bringing the palms of the hands together at heart center.
Return to your intention, taking it with you and taking your practice with you. Bowing your head to your chest, acknowledging your breath, your peace, and all that you are. Namaste.
Hi guys, thanks for practicing with me today. If you'd like to see more videos, if you'd perhaps like to see more of Miko's arm being shoved under the door, I'll link a couple right here. I'll link my page. I'll link the most recent series or video. And subscribe if you'd like to let yourself know when I put out a new video. What do you think, Miko? Do you think that's a good idea? I think that's a good idea.